All right, guys. Let us see what we have. What's Libra? I'm going to call you Leo. What's Libra up to? So, Two of Cups. It's all about a relationship this week. But I want to make this clear, and you guys know I go off about it every time. And, you know, some people have said, we don't like it when you lose your mind and the Two of Cups comes up. Okay, but, you know, that's part of the message. If you don't understand what the message is, then there's no point in me doing this. Two of Cups, it is a connection. It's a fated connection. It's one where you think, wow, you know, this is my person. It can be romantic. You know, you meet someone and it's like you've known each other forever. It could be the perfect friend when you need them, business partner, work colleague. And trust me, you know, people that say, what? You've never had someone come in and help you save a project that you were working on. You know, that you don't even need to say words sometimes. You just kind of are on the same page, got it, doing it, on it already. That kind of energy. Now, and there's nothing to say that, you know, you don't meet someone who's your work colleague and then they don't end up being your partner. Do you know what I mean? That you don't, it's all this is the initial connection when you know you have a connection. No one's acting on it yet. No one's doing anything. There is mutual love and respect. Like both people feel the same way about each other. So there's a connection here. What the hell's happening with the connection? That's what the rest of the reading's about. And, you know, one of the things I say when the Two of Cups comes up, and people don't like it. I get it, you know, it's nice. Oh my God, I've got the Two of Cups in my reading. Soulmate card, right? Life partner. It doesn't mean that. And so that's why I always make it clear, because I don't want you to do the whole kind of rainbows and unicorns version. And then you're disappointed saying, well, Jay, didn't you say I was going to get Two of Cups type relationship? Well, yeah, but you know, it's all of those things. That's what the Two of Cups is. And it's the second step in the cycle. Ace of Cups, you have your cup. Two of Cups, you meet someone else who has the same cup as you. And it's like, wow. Now the rest of the cycle is, what do we do with that? What are we going to do with those cups? Some people will make this work. Some people are going to do whatever they do with it. But let's see what you're doing with it, right? So there's some conflict about this. There's some internal struggle either. You don't know. I think there's a connection with someone and it's kind of really thrown you. It's thrown you. Some of you are in relationships and this, yeah, you could be. This could be your romantic partner, whatever it is, right? There's family members that have Two of Cups energy. But either like people are causing chaos and conflict within your relationship, other people, or you don't know what to do with the connection. You know, you might not have even spoken to this person. You just know that there's something here and you don't know what to do with it. You don't know what to do with it. Now, I'll say this to some of you. In some ways, this connection feels like a dream come true because we have the star coming up here and it's wish fulfillment. Now, the star here in the past, it's, you know, last week, last month, last year, that's the foundation. That's what's led to where we are right now. So the star, I know you're looking here and thinking, Jay, what? Are you sure you're going in this direction? Yes, I am. Bear with me. We'll get there. So the star, it's where the hope that comes from new beginnings. It's the hope that comes from new beginnings. And I kind of get the sense that there's some of you here that you were hoping or you have been hoping or wishing or manifesting for this. And trust me, not everyone wishes for a romantic partner, for a boyfriend or a girlfriend. In an Aquarius reading, I think it was last week or maybe it was the monthly, I talked about how the last time we had this eclipse, you know, the last eclipses where the North Node was in Leo. Yes, I am that old. I manifested a friendship that was there. It meant everything to me. And I'd actually been writing in my journal before that saying, I just wish I had a friend. I just want a friend. Like I was feeling so lonely at that time. And I got a friend and I met him on the eclipse. Nothing romantic ever happened with us. And he was a fellow Aquarius and we would just talk. And it was amazing. So it can happen, you know, whatever kind of connection, it feels like this connection feels that fated, that, you know, it's what I've been wishing for. It's what I've been wishing for. But why is there this conflict here? And then why is the Ten of Swords here, right? These are beautiful. If we had nothing else here, these are amazing. Now, either this relationship has been there a while, if you're those of you in existing relationships dealing with something, and it was like a godsend in the past, right? With the star coming up. Because this is the helping hand. This is healing energy, you know, and it's wish fulfillment. The star, you see the star and you know you're going to have what you want. That's what you want. Or for those of you that want something else, this is the supporting connection that comes in to help you get what you want. But I don't think that might be for one or two of you, but that's not the overall message. The connection itself is what you've been wishing for. Now, why have we got the Ten of Swords here? The Ten of Swords talks about the worst is over. The worst is over. Now, I'm wondering if there's been some mega shit going on in someone's connection, whether that's friendships, family, you know, lovers, work, whatever it is, a connection that was very close. Probably is still very close. The connection's still there with the Two of Cups. But this could be other people butting in with the Five of Wands, right? Or internal struggle. You don't know what to do with this in whatever way how that transpires to you. Why? Why is that the case? Because we've got the Ten of Swords in the present, and that is the worst has happened, guys. Like someone deceived you, someone betrayed you, something awful happened. Someone was talking shit. It might have been this. Maybe that's why you're arguing with people. This can be some really vicious words that were said. You know, swords are our thoughts, our beliefs, our ideas, and how we communicate them. There's 10 swords going through this person. Overkill. Someone took a gun to a knife fight. That's what this is. You know, it's that kind of energy. And it's not nice. It's rock bottom. And it feels that someone's wish has turned bad. You know, it's almost as if, but this was my dream come true. What the hell happened? What happened here? Now, for some of you, yeah, like, I'm not going to try to like whitewash it and just be like, oh, no, it's not that. That's awful energy, but it's already happened. This is not a prediction that this is going to happen this week. Because I always feel the Ten of Swords, we always come in after the shit's hit the fan already, right? The person's already lying there with 10 swords. We don't see a person standing there with 10 people holding swords around him. No, it's happened. So this has already happened. So something between this and this has happened. Someone's wish went bad. So I feel this is telling you, for some of you, that is over. That relationship's over. And that's what you're trying to build and get back to. But I don't think that's the overall message, not with the Six of Pentacles coming up from this, because that would not come up if that was the case, right? I get the sense that for some of you, you've hit rock bottom. You've hit rock bottom in that relationship. There's been arguments. And the thing is, this is petty. This is not that bad. This is awful, though. So like I said, it's like someone took a gun to a knife fight. That's what it feels like. Something got blown out of proportion. The two people, they're meant to be on the same page. Emotionally, they are. But it's the words. The words were, that's why I'm getting that some really awful, nasty things have been said. But it's all right. The connection is still there. Now, for those of you that want to do something with this connection, you can. The connection is still there, but you're starting from rock bottom. And trust me, when it's the Ten of Swords, the card that comes afterwards in the suit, because it's a cycle, right, is the Ace of Swords. And the Ace of Swords, it's truth, clarity. So it's clearing the air, you know, cutting the shit out that's not working. But it has to be complete honesty. It has to be complete honesty. Where does that lead? Well, it leads to the Six of Pentacles. I think there's inner conflict because there's not balance in this. And we had Justice at the bottom of the deck where, you know, when I had that little peep. That's the minor arcana version of the Justice card. It's balance. There's scales in the background here. You can't really see them too clearly, but here. There's the scales. Because that's how he, you know, weighs out the money. So this is the only way this can be fixed is if both people are on the same page. And you started off on the same page, feeling the same way. But have a look, there's cups there, right? Emotionally, yeah, great. Both people love each other. But that's why I would say, you know, when people think the Two of Cups is the end all, that's just emotionally. That's not going to save you if, you know, you're arguing all the time, you know, there's internal conflict for both of you. That someone said some really shitty things to the other person. And in practical terms, you're not doing the same for each other. And that could be in anything, right? That could be in anything. Argument over a project, family, squabble, other people getting involved in your relationship with the Five of Wands coming up. Or romantically, just some nasty shit went down. What's the advice? The advice is the Hierophant. And the Hierophant is a card of commitment. But you get to decide what you commit to. What is asking you to commit to? Have a think about this before we kind of think, okay, great. You know, my girlfriend or my boyfriend treated me like shit, but it's fine. I can stay in this. No, that's not what this is about. The Hierophant is asking you to commit to your dream. What was your initial dream that you went into this with? Because the star is sat above the Hierophant. You had a hope here. You had a wish here. You were following a star. Are you still following that star? The star that you sit under today, is that the same star? Or have you kind of, I don't know, what's the word I'm trying to think of? Like compromised or settled, that's it. Settled for a star that's closer, that's not so far away. It's not, the worst is over. But how you rebuild from here, I'm getting almost like a tower energy. Because it's weird, but the star comes after the tower. And it is kind of coming in. because it's still there. It's still there. You know, sometimes we have a profound connection with someone, but that doesn't mean we're meant to be with them, right? Other times we have that profound connection. The other bullshit gets in the way, but you know, we can still build on that. We can still fix it. You'll have to determine that. That's what the Hierophant's saying to you. Because the Hierophant talks about rules, traditions, you know, and this might be rules within the relationship, rules of conduct. No more of this shit. You don't get to talk to me like that. No more of this. Other people don't get involved in our relationship. Or, you know, we don't let the rest of the team squabble with us. Or next time you have a problem, come and ask me directly. You know we work so well together. Why were you listening to the other people? So it's that. That's what comes in. It has to be equal, right? Balanced with the Pentacles. And the Hierophant says, you determine. It's the card for religion, right? But you decide what religion you want to follow. You can, you know, convert to another religion. You can. That's your own beliefs. But what it's asking you to commit to is what the standard that you set here with the star. Because it feels like things have gone wrong and you veered away from that star. It's still there, though. It's still available to you. It wouldn't be showing up here. That's why the past is so important, because it shows us what's led to where we are right now. You had a dream, went tits up. Now you want some stability coming back in. But who do you get that stability with? Because this is equal. Is the person that you're with, whoever this happened with, in whatever way, right? Romantic, work, whatever. Are they capable of doing this? Six of Pentacles. If yes, you commit to it all the way. There's hope here, you know, that your dream is still alive. It's saying that with the Hierophant there. But at the very least, it's saying, please commit to your dream. Commit to this idea. Don't commit to whatever's happened here. Don't even commit to the Two of Cups. The connection is the connection. It will always be the connection. But you commit to your own dream, your own wish that you had, that hope that you had when you got into this. Because there's been a lot of other stuff that's been kind of marring this or blurring the lines a little bit. Yeah, all right. Miracles and blessings. Everything has its gift. And you know what? If you're in this right now, I'm sorry, because you're going to look at me and think, Jay, really? I'm lying here with 10 swords in my back and you're telling me it's a blessing? It is, guys. It's one of the problems that I've had recently. And I haven't been recording that many podcasts because I'm so much on that vibe these days that everything, you know, we say it, everything happens for our highest good, but I truly believe it. I see it and I feel it. And it's hard to say to people because there's a lot of people that feel like shit right now. And I don't want to do that to people. You know, we honor everything that we feel. If you feel like this, you honor that feeling. Don't let anyone tell you that you shouldn't feel betrayed. But it's where do you take that? That's what it is. You know, you can't get stuck in one emotion. Experience it, go through it, but then move on to the next thing, right? And I think the problem arises when we get stuck in that. And there's everything has its gift. Everything. So maybe this shows you something. I've seen relationships, excuse me, relationship readings where the couple get the Tower, and some relationships, they stronger than ever. You know, you bump into someone 20 years later and it's like, oh yeah, we're married, we've got kids now. It's like, whoa, you guys got through that. It's like, yeah, it made our relationship stronger. If that hadn't happened, they wouldn't have connected in that way. And then we have romance. Lavish the one that you love with your personal attention and affection. If this is a romantic life reading for you guys, if you've just met someone new, let's just talk about that because I didn't go into that. Oh, let me finish my initial thought. This needs some romance back in this relationship. If all you guys argue about is, I don't know, the bills or the whatever, or this happened or that happened. Yes, romance is very much neat. That's that kind of sense of whimsy, right? Things are not that stressful. You can just kind of let go for a little bit. Even if they are that stressful, and they are. But, you know, it's moving on from that. But if you're completely single and this is what you want, you want a connection like this. You want a friend, a lover, whoever, just someone to connect to. With the Ten of Swords coming up here, it's almost like you've given up. I have given up on this. But even then, the Hierophant saying, no, you must commit. Now's the time to commit. Go dig deeper. Commit. What are your spiritual beliefs? You know, if you've been doing this, I don't know, you've watched some law of attraction thing, or go back, look at it again, get more information, refine it. Because that's what the Hierophant is. It's learning something. It's you need to know what you're putting your faith into, right? That's why it talks about rules and traditions. We look at what the rules and traditions are before we say, yeah, that's for me. That's going to bring stability and support to my life. Oh, beautiful. You got Treasure Island. Okay. Keep those two. You guys got a lot of cards. So a leg ups is ask for help. Ask for help. Now, for some of you, that's what I mean. Like, you know, there might not be. You might think there's no one, Jay. There's no relationship of support. I'm fighting on my own. You know, had a new beginning. It went to shit. Now, you know, now what? And then a leg up says you've gone as far as you can on your own. You need a friend here. You need someone to back you. If you're in a relationship, your partner, you need your partner right now. It's not about you doing it alone anymore. And Treasure Island says, you know, you have the map to the Treasure Island. But this card talks about you might have a map with, you know, X marks the spot, but you have to go look for it. And when you cross that, you have to be able to spot, oh my God, this is the point. This is it. This is the spot that it's talking about. So then you have to dig. You have to know where to dig. So this is about recognizing the opportunities as they come. And that's the kind of thing, because that's a double message if you think about it. Because miracles and blessings, everything has its gift, says the same. You know, we might not see that because, well, who would blame us, right? We're lying here with 10 swords in our back, left for dead. There could be all this noise going on, you know, people arguing with us and doing all of that. But there is a blessing in this. And this says that. Recognize the opportunities when they come, because they're coming in. You're on that treasure island now. And I think when it comes in is to commit to it. Who are you giving your commitment to, Libra? That's very important for this week. All right, it says, dear you, there is only one you, and you have a unique place in the universe. Sometimes situations come up that challenge you to be authentic, and that means you have to be fully yourself and let go of being what you think others may want. Now is not the time to conform to other people's standards. This, guys, no. Don't be afraid to compete with other people as well. That's what the 5 of Wands says. What was that? And that means you have to be fully yourself and let go of being what you think others may want. Now is not the time to conform to other people's standards or expectations. Be proud of who you are and be courageous. Stand tall in your convictions. Being yourself is a powerful statement and will only lead you to success and ultimately happiness. Don't compare yourself to other people. Want what you have, choose what your heart wants, and know that your purpose is yours alone. The Hierophant, right? And the Star, that's your purpose. You've known for a long time what your purpose is. No one else can claim your magic nor take it away. When you place authenticity and originality high on your list of priorities and give them a prominent place in your awareness, extraordinary things happen. Your life is a beautiful one. Love you always and forever. And you know, it kind of feels like you're trying to be reminded of this. Like, this might not even be something that's happened. This could just be you at the end of your rope saying, I'm sick and tired of waiting. I'm sick and tired of working at this. I'm looking up at that star. Nothing happens. There's people competing with me. I do this for, you know, when we get in that, we get stuck in that loop when we just spiral down and down and down. And this reading feels like this is the week where it's asking you to kind of like turn it around almost. And you will turn it around. You have the option to. Remember your dream, though. That's the thing. Remember your dream, Libra, especially with the Hierophant coming up. That's the card for Taurus, by the way. So we have Aquarius and Taurus. That's what's going to ground you. That's what's going to give you stability in your life, and you'll be able to take care of the rest of it. I mean, it's very telling that we have cups, wands, swords, and pentacles. So this feels like it's everything. It's everything that's going on in your life. Relationships, work, you know, it could be just piling on top of you, and that's why you're kind of lying there with 10 swords in you. It's time to get out, pull those 10 swords out and get going, because there is strength and stability. And I think there's help coming in for you guys as well. And then you can start balancing those scales and getting back what you've been putting out, right?